Hi guys, so as you see I forgot an intro, but I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. So the first thing I like to do is put my hair up out of my face so that I don't get any makeup on it. I typically use like a scrunchie or a headband or a bow or just anything to like get it out of my face. After that, it's time to moisturize my dry face because your girl doesn't want a beat crusty face. Lately, I've been loving the Origin Ginseng Energy Boosting Moisturizer. It's really hydrating, especially for like the winter time, and it doesn't like break me out like some moisturizers do, so that's always a plus. Then after I'm all moisturized, I put on some primer. Currently, I'm using the Ulta Mattifying Primer Stick. I usually just rub this like all over my face and then I blend it in with my brush just so that I guess I can spread it more like evenly. So the next thing that I like to do is just put some concealer on, which is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light. I hope you guys can see that. I put it on my blemishes, my red spots, my kind of like all over my face as if I was doing like foundation pretty much because I need to cover up the crustacean that is my face. Then I just grab my little sponge and my rose water by Mariahal and kind of just like spritz it on there as if it was like water and just kind of like beat my face. So, just for the record, I know that I am not a beauty guru, and this is just kind of the way that I like to do my makeup, or that actually, like, this is kind of like how I've been doing it for like a couple months now. So, in no way, shape, or form am I saying that this is the correct way or the only way, but I did just want to put that out there. So now I'm moving on to brows, which I think is one of the most important parts of makeup. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills the brown brush that you can get in the shade Chocolate. I usually choose either this or the NYX one. They are both equally pretty good, but I guess it just like depends on how I'm feeling that day. Also, pro tip, if it starts to dry out and you don't have like the money to get a new one, eye drops definitely work to like revive it, girl. Or even those like golden drops or something, you just put like a couple in there and bam. So now it's time for foundation. I'm currently using the NYX Total Control foundation. I don't really know the shade of it, but I love this foundation, you guys, because it gives me the full coverage I need. Oh yes, look at that face. Without giving me like any like cake or like heaviness to the face, if you know what I mean. And come on, who doesn't love a full coverage foundation that's not like ridiculously heavy? Then usually just like as you saw, I'll put a few drops on my face and blend it all over because who like wants your neck a different shade than your face? You know what I mean? Then I just put on some Blistex or like any chapstick that I have really. Just doubling up on my concealer to put under my eye bags because I don't want you guys to see the luggage that I hold under there. And I'm just using like my small beauty blender to blend it all together. And then I also kind of warm it up and go with my fingers under there. So that's why you see me kind of like smudging it under my eye bags because hello, they need a blend. Now I'm going in with my bigger beauty blender and putting a little bit of powder under there to set it and just kind of like make sure it doesn't like smudge off or like crease too hard. I'm also using the Airspun Naturally Neutral, but I'm also just going to apply that all over my face with my e.l.f. like the powder brush. I guess it's like one of their new brushes or whatever. It's pretty nice. But yeah, I just kind of swatch that all over my face. Now I'm just going in with my Real Techniques. Like it's more of like a compacted brush. I don't really know the number. And I'm taking my number 7 contour bronzer in Cool Bronze, I'm pretty sure. I like this one just because it gives me like a warmer glow. As you can see, I've literally almost used it all up, but I kind of just take it and I guess chisel it, or like, I don't know the term. I just kind of like put it all over my face and kind of hope for the best. Now I'm kind of just making all these weird faces to make sure that I have it like in all the right places, you know what I'm talking about? I also usually put it like around my temples to kind of like make my forehead appear less like a 5 head. So there's that. Then I go back in with that same brush and I go in with my NYX or NYX bronzer, and I kind of just repeat those steps to kind of darken it a little bit because the number 7 bronzer is like a little too light, so it's not like as defined. But when I go back in with this, it kind of gives me more of a definition on my face, and then I kind of just contour my nose to make it a little smaller, and I put it straight under my neck where my jawline is pretty much, and I kind of just blend that all together. Now I'm just taking, I'm pretty sure that's, yep, the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brush set, and I just go in and kind of define it a little bit more on my nose because I want that sharper contour. So now I'm just kind of going in and rubbing everything out with a sort of flat-headed fluffy brush is the best way I can describe it. I got it off of Amazon like a year or so ago, and it's been my best friend ever since. It kind of just blends out all my harsh lines that I have created from my Real Techniques, so it just kind of gives you more of like a put together, well blended look. I'm still using that same brush. I'm just kind of blending everything underneath my chin and again on the sides of my forehead because I don't want it to look like mud. So now I'm going in with my Ulta Beauty contour set, or like blush set, and I'm just using the color, the Rose Blush, I think that's called. This is a really good little contour set from Ulta. I got it like in one of those like freebie 10-piece things. Thought I wasn't really going to use it, but it actually turns out that I really like the color. So what I do is I kind of just pat it all over my cheeks and like my little, kind of like blend it in with my contour. And I'm using the Real Techniques brush, and then I kind of go back in with my Wet n Wild highlight, which, ladies, this is like one of the best highlights in my opinion for like drugstore. I go back in with my Morphe brush, and I just kind of like pat it on my nose, kind of make it look shiny, bright, cute, I guess. I don't know, cute to me, probably looking like Rudolph to somebody else, but then I kind of just glide it on my cheekbones and just anywhere I really need a highlight and smudge all that in. So now I'm going back in with another Morphe brush. I literally love these brushes, you guys. Sometimes like the hair will fall off, but it's cool, it's cool. You can just go buy another one. Anyway, I took the green Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm using like the brownish bronzy shade in there to start out as like a blending color. And yeah, I just kind of like put that all over my crease curl and get it blended. Then after I'm done with all that, I kind of just go in with my Kylie palette. It's the nice Christmas palette she had out like last year. And I go in and I take the other kind of bronzy-ish, like darker brown shade, and I put that on both my eyes, and I kind of just lightly blend it just to give it a little bit more definition and contour to my eyes. So now I'm just using that same palette, and I'm gonna go back in with the gold shade that they have in there and just kind of heavily pack it onto my eyelid all the way up to the crease so that it gives me like a goldenish bronzy little look. Then I go on to my other eye and I just repeat the same steps, just patting it tightly in there onto the crease so that it looks a little bit shiny and golden. Now to me, it didn't really look like too shiny at this point, so sorry my face was all in the camera, but I decided to go back in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, which I'm pretty sure that's the red one, and use her gold and kind of mix it together. Or actually no, that was the orange one. Okay, so I went back in with the orange one and added that gold, and it looked a lot more shiny. Not like bashing on the nice palette, because it did, like the golden shade is really pretty, but I think since I had the Jaclyn Hill palettes, I really wanted to like play with them and stuff, so it kind of just added a little more like glitz and glamour to the look, I guess. And then I kind of just take that same Morphe brush that I used earlier to do the bronzy color, and I used what was left on that brush to kind of blend in the golden shades to make it look all cohesive. Then I'm going back in with the Kylie palette. I didn't show it, but I'm going back in with the Kylie palette, and I'm actually using the lightest, like shimmery white shade just to put in the corners of my eyes to brighten them. Now I'm just kind of picking out a lipstick, and I decided to go with the Ulta Beauty like lip stain liquid lipstick, and it's mauve, so I kind of figured it would go with this look and not give it like too much of something. But honestly guys, like, this step is totally optional. You really don't have to put a lip color with this, or you could even go a little darker than I did, like with a more nudie mauve shade, or even just a nude shade in general. I just kind of thought that this mauve kind of went with the look, but you know, everybody's style is like different. So that just concludes up the whole look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could give me a thumbs up and comment down below on more videos you guys would like to see. And let me know if you guys tried this look out with maybe like a different lip shade or something. But thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.